Hi, my name is Judy Greenspan, and I use pronouns they, them. I am a member of Bay Area Labor for Palestine, and we are holding this press conference today to support the Black Student Union and the students of Westlake, who are very upset that their school was shut down on Sunday, and Bay Area Labor for Palestine could not hold their scheduled meeting at the school. So they are walking out. We're going to start off with a statement by Tim.
Okay, introduce myself.
Okay, by Tim, who will introduce himself.
Hello, my name is Timothy Akamka. I am the community schools manager at Westlake Middle School here. And I am also the Black Student Union advisor here. The reason why the Black Student Union and many other students in Westlake are doing a walkout today is because a meeting was canceled less than 24 hours in advance without notice to any of our administrators here. There is a website that any organization that wants to rent out our facilities called Facilitron must go through. The Bay Area Labor for Palestine, they filled out everything they were supposed to fill out. They even paid fees that sometimes can be waived. They paid everything, and in less than 24 hours notice, somebody higher up in the district, I believe her name is Cynthia Harden, went into our Facilitron and canceled the event without any notice. The district, they said that the reason that they did it is because they can't guarantee the safety of the meeting or staff the meeting. That's totally unprecedented for any organizations that have ever rented our facilities here. We have had events with over 300 people. Not one time has the district ever said anything about staffing or safety. I had an event with 300 people here. The custodian didn't even show up. So with that, we concluded that the district was trying to suppress the message that was going to go out about Palestine.
That's right.
We know exactly the pressure that the district is getting. Our principal got over 1,200 automated emails trying to intimidate and stop this walkout from happening. The district has sent out notices to try to intimidate teachers from supporting this walkout. So we will be walking out. We will be going to downtown to have a speak out. We will visit the Black Panther Museum on 14th and Broadway. And that's our statement for today, is that you cannot suppress free speech here at Westlake. Our campus is known for the activism that we did around school closures, and we pride ourselves in this being a safe space for organizations to talk about the dynamic and the genocide, to be frank, that's happening in Palestine. And so the BSU, we will be walking out today, and it is getting a lot of pushback from the district. We had fake emails coming from parents who saying that they have kids here, so the intimidation is real. These organizations that are trying to censor freedom of speech, trying to present a one-sided narrative about the Israel and Palestine conflict, the district is bowing to the pressure at best. At worst, there's members of the district who are part of this movement to suppress free speech. So that's the reason why we're walking out, and we thank you guys for coming today.
That's right.
Why do you think they're doing that? Why do you think the district is trying to disrupt?
I believe the pressure that's coming on the district from community groups that are pro-Israel, I believe they have a lot of influence and power, and the district is giving into that. I'm wholeheartedly for public debate, and I tell my BSU this, is that let the ideas flow. Let the ideas flow, and let the community decide what's right. Don't try to censor information. Freedom of speech is our First Amendment right, and that's why a lot of teachers are with me, and that's why a lot of teachers are risking their job, pretty frankly, to come out to stand up for freedom of speech and our First Amendment right, and that's what was violated on Sunday when the district canceled the meeting. And Facilitron, only administrators really can go in there and cancel it. It came from very high up in the district. Somebody sent down the word to cancel that meeting, and frankly, we just think it's unjust and a violation of our First Amendment right to speak truth about what's happening with the Israel-Palestine conflict.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sure.
What are you hearing from the students?
I presented the information very unbiasedly to my Black Student Union. I let them know that there was a meeting that was meant to happen here on Sunday. It was canceled with less than 24 hours notice without any explanation, very little explanation until we started inquiring about it. And I told them what the meeting was about. And I asked them what did they think about free speech and what do you think we should do about it. And frankly, they said to walk out because that's one of the tactics they learned around school closures, is that if we walk out, then maybe they'll listen to us. And so that's just a tool that the BSU has, but we're also trying to come to the board meeting tonight. So a lot of the students are with me, as you might see when we walk out at 11:30. It should be a pretty big number. Sure, I'm gonna introduce Forrest Cho, who is one of our 8th graders here at Westlake.
Woo! Alright, so I was in 6th grade when they were trying to close the school, and I walked out. I protested that shit. Okay. And I'm here representing the Westlake students.
Eat that mic.
And, you know, on Sunday, our rights as Americans, as citizens of the United States of America, were violated by the district when, you know, a meeting was canceled, which was supposed to be held here. And frankly, I think that's unacceptable, because if America claims to be the freest nation on the planet, then they should let us talk about stuff. They should let us talk about what we want to talk about. And if they're trying to suppress what we want to say about the Israel-Palestine conflict, then yes, that is suppression of freedom of speech, which is no better than something what the communist nations of China or North Korea might do when suppressing dissidents. And I think I heard a saying a few years ago was, if words are crushed, soon too will people be. Which I think, you know, it means that if freedom of speech continues to be suppressed, a nation will fall more and more into nationalism, fascism, or any other type of extremist ideology, which will most likely result in a dictatorial state.
Forrest, can you spell your name?
Forest Cho.
Can I ask you one more? Can I ask you a question, please?
Yeah.
You're a student. What do you tell your fellow students about what you're doing out here and why it's important?
You know, we're all citizens of America. And in 1776, they said that every American has freedom of speech. And you know, the people who on Sunday were supposed to have a meeting were Americans. They were citizens, I'm guessing, and their First Amendment rights were violated. Their constitutional rights were violated, and frankly, that's wrong. That's not something a democratic nation in the 21st century should be able to do.
Thank you.
Yeah. Right on.
And we have another student who will introduce themselves.
Hi, my name's Davion Johnson, and we're gonna be walking out here today because for freedom of speech, and because someone in the district closed the school meeting that was going to be held here, and we're going to be walking out because we don't think that's okay. We also don't think that it's okay for Israel to just go in other people's land, like without permission, and just taking their stuff and like just killing their people, killing innocent citizens, and just carpet bombing all of their stuff and like all of their citizens who hasn't done anything. Because we're citizens, and if we got in a war, that would have just been wrong for everyone else. And yeah.
What do you hope by walking out and showing unity will let the district know?
What we hope will happen was that the district will try to become better, or like make like not closing meetings without even like trying to do something. Because like Mr. Tim said, I don't think what they gave us was a valid reason for closing the meetings. And yeah.
Davion, can you spell your name, please?
Davionn.
Johnson?
Yeah, Johnson.
What grade are you in?
7th.
Thank you, Davian. Thank you very much and we can hear more from the BSU. I just want to put a little context to what happened on Sunday. I am representing the Bay Area Labor for Palestine, but I'm also representing OEA for Palestine, and I was part of the group that organized the teach-in at the beginning of December that the districts tried so hard to shut down. And since that time, they have been harassing and intimidating teachers in the name of, oh, that we are so one-sided. Well, if you look at the news, most of the news is very, very one-sided, and we're providing an opportunity for students to debate the issue. So this is not something new. We are frankly outraged that OUSD continues to dox people, continues to accept the word of groups that we think are right-wing, racist, that are on the wrong side of history, rather than listening to the community. We believe the community is in full support of the Palestinian people's struggle for freedom. Over 30,000 people have already been killed. 16,000 of those people are children. Most all of them just about are civilians, and this is a genocide that everybody, I would hope, except for OUSD and some of the Zionist groups, want to stop and want to talk about. So this is nothing new. Bay Area Labor for Palestine is a coalition of a growing number of labor organizations, including OEA, the United Educators of San Francisco, 2 UAW locals, and also Local 10 of the International Longshore Workers Union, also organizations like the Palestinian Youth Movement and AROC and other organizations who are a part of it. Recently, the AFL-CIO endorsed a ceasefire resolution. Not really as strong as we would like it, but it really showed. When they did that, they took a stand, and that the majority of labor unions in this country want a ceasefire, want an end to the war. We are taking it a step further. We want an end. We want a permanent ceasefire. We want an end to the occupation, and we do not want one more dollar of our tax money, U.S. tax money, going to fund this genocidal war against the people of Palestine. Because in the long run, it is the U.S. It is this government, the same government that can't come up with enough money to rebuild our schools, that can't come up with enough money to prevent the rodent infestation, that can't come up with enough money even for field trips. It's instead going to rain terror on the people of Palestine. So we're opposed to that. We will not be silenced. We will not be intimidated. I am a retired teacher who is now working as a substitute in the district, and I'm the chair of the OEA Substitute Caucus. Many of the teachers are being intimidated, but we are stepping forward and demanding justice for Palestine, and demanding also, I just want to just say one more thing, and that is that there is a lie that teachers have to be neutral, because if you teach the history of this country, as teachers, are you going to be neutral about the genocide of the indigenous people? Are you going to be neutral about the enslavement of millions and the genocide of millions of African lives who were stolen here? No. History is not neutrality, and with Palestine, we can also not be neutral. And I am a Jewish educator, and I'm very proud to support Palestine.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
In what ways are the teachers being intimidated? What are some of the tactics that they're using to intimidate teachers?
Well, one educator was put on administrative leave, and that was because they basically cited her. They cited her Facebook page, told the district to go to it, and then they put her on administrative leave. Other teachers have been threatened, parents have, and it's mostly honest, I'll be honest with you. It's not in the schools where I'm teaching, it's not in the flatland schools, but in the hill schools where you have the white parents and you have the wealthy parents. They are going after teachers, and they're threatening supposedly to take their kids out of the district, or it's a small group. It is not a very large group of parents. It is the groups that have been calling the district. When we were out here on Sunday, apparently we had about 10 counter demonstrators and because we held our meeting here, we didn't go home. We held our mass meeting out here. We had 200 to 300 people from various labor unions out here talking, meeting. We had workshops and things like that. There was a small group of Zionists, and one of them was on the line to one of the school board members the whole time complaining. And so they have the ear. The school board, for the most, some people will talk to us, a lot of people won't. They have the Zionists, unfortunately, have the power. They're lawyers, they got money, they live in the hills. We're representing people who the only power we have is walking out of schools, having mass meetings on grassy areas. That's our power.
Is this the first time you guys met here? Have you guys met here before?
First time we met here. It's the first time Bay Area Labor for Palestine came together maybe 6 or 8 months ago. So it was actually the first meeting that we organized, a public meeting that we organized.
Just want to get a clarification. When you say Zionists in the district, or Zionists who are trying to suppress this protest, can you say who you mean? Because I think some people hear that as meaning exclusively Jewish parents and people. When you say Zionists, who do you mean?
What I mean by Zionists are people who are basically supporting the genocide that's happening right now in Israel. And there are some Jewish organizations, but there are also, I didn't talk about the fact that there are a lot of Jewish organizations, and really almost for the first time, who are demanding freedom for Palestine. And Jewish organizations in the Bay Area, like Jewish Voice for Peace, like International Jewish Anti-Zionist Network, they have stepped forward. They did a sit-in at the federal building. They have done many actions all around the country. So things are changing, but there's still a pocket, and it's a very loud pocket, and unfortunately probably a very wealthy pocket of people who support, which I don't understand. They just support the genocide that is happening right now in Palestine.
There's been an attempt to equate speaking against Zionism as being anti-Semitic and pass that through the schools. Where's that standing, and is that part of the reason that the district may have shut down the meeting?
This as a Jew, I have heard this for decades, and as a Jewish activist, it was very hard to speak out in support of Israel, because in support of Palestine, because every time you did, they said, "Oh, you're anti-Semitic, you're a self-hating Jew." On Sunday, one of the Zionists actually said, "You're not really Jewish." We do not believe Zionism and Judaism have no relationship whatsoever, as far as we're concerned. Israel is an apartheid settler state, and it's very lengthy, and it's probably TMI. But Judaism, there is nothing in Judaism that says that you have to support the state of Israel. Judaism is a religion, and many Jewish people are opposed to what's going on. I mean, I think if anyone has a heart beating in their body, they have to be opposed. They have to be opposed to babies who are crying out for food because they won't let in food trucks. I have never seen a conflict where they bomb the people. A country bombs the people who are waiting in line for food. And that's exactly what Israel has been doing. And now they're refusing to let the trucks in. So if that's not genocide, that's a war crime.
That's right.
So yes. So the people who support Israel have for too many years called people anti-Semitic who criticized Israel. I'm sorry. Israel, the government that is set up there needs to be shut down. There needs to be, the Palestinians need to have the right to return, and Palestine, as far as I am concerned, needs to return to the pre-1948 borders. And by the way, pre-1948 Jews and Arabs were living side by side peacefully. It was not a, you know.
Thanks, Judy.
Anything else? And I guess we are waiting now for the students to come out so that we can walk down to Oscar Grant Plaza.
You cannot disown me. In this country, speech is free.
My name is I am a Syrian immigrant. I am also a member of AROC, the Arab Resource and Organizing Center, and I am also a staff on OUSD as an Arabic interpreter. But not for long. I just heard recently that my position and many other Arab staff positions are being terminated, which proves that the OUSD leadership do not care about their Arab students and Arab families. Even though we have more than 1,400 Arab students in OUSD. OUSD have targeted Arab students, like taking down the article that a Muslim student wrote on their website, like retaliation against the teachers that did teaching on Palestine. And also, as we are here today for canceling the meeting that happened on Sunday, 24 hours prior to the meeting. Shame on USD leadership. They've also taken down the Palestinian flag in Fremont, and they are not taking all the hate speech and Islamophobia and discrimination against the Arab students seriously. They don't care about us, and we will not care about them too. All this repression against Arab students and staff and our allies is a proof yet again that they are either Islamophobic and or cowardly behaviors of the board should not be continuing. We are going to continue to demand that Arab students deserve recognition and acknowledge the pain and racism Arab, Muslim, and Palestinian students are feeling. Even though we know the leadership are cowards and spineless and Islamophobic, and the Arab community in Oakland are not going to forget this treason by this board. We will remember in November.
I know in my heart that we will win, that Palestine will be free, that we will be free, and that Gaza will be liberated.